You need to stop using AI for your education. Some people might recognize me for my D&D stuff, but actually I'm also a PhD student who does a lot of research which involves machine learning. But there's been a growing and concerning trend of people using AI in their education, and I think it's going to harm everyone going down the line. So here I am today pleading my case. Now, the first problem with AI that I'm sure you're all going to expect me to bring up is trusting the output. AI isn't always correct. Its job, fundamentally as a model, is to produce a convincing output that looks like the inputs it saw during training, not to be correct. But a second, less obvious issue with trust is that you need to trust that AI isn't being used to lie to you. We'll circle back to this one, but just have a think about what it means for everyone's primary information source to be controlled by a handful of companies. Now, the second big issue I see with AI is that people aren't learning to learn. And what I mean by that is people are using AI to cut every corner in their education wherever possible. Now, I've been a student before, I know how stressful it is, I know what it's like when the deadlines start to pile. It sucks, and AI is a solution that is really tempting to take. Arguably, one of the worst examples I see in my field is people using it to summarize documents. One of the key skills in research is being able to read a paper and figure out whether or not it's relevant to you, and if it is relevant, learning how to get the information out of it that you need. People are no longer learning how to do that because they're just using an AI. Another example I hear a lot is, oh no, well I didn't use AI to do the writing of my report or my essay, I just used it to help me with the structure. Learning how to structure an essay, how to structure your thoughts and make an argument is a key part of education. I wish I'd had it more and this video would be more convincing. There's loads of examples, but the one I want to really focus on is getting your own information. Now, I don't really mean the whole do your own research and you'll figure out that vaccines turn people blue. That is actually a symptom of failing to get your own information reliably and critically. But that is a critical skill that we learn through education. In fact, I'd go as far as saying that it's the main skill that we should always be emphasizing with people. Being able to go into a library or go online and read trustworthy sources, know how to read them critically, knowing how to combine that with other information, those are all key skills. It's why regimes burn books, it's why slaves weren't allowed to learn how to read or write, it's why women in Afghanistan are denied education. It makes things easier for the oppressor. Brings me back to the trust issue that we have to know AI isn't lying to us. All those oppressive techniques I talked about are just about controlling the information you have access to. If the only way you know how to educate yourself is with AI, then if the few people who have the ability to control and use large language models decide to start lying to you through them, you will not have the fundamental skills to be able to recognize that that's even happening. I promise you, you're better off getting a C in a mediocre essay making a superficial point than you are getting an A that you don't even understand. I have so many more thoughts, but I'm running out of time. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day.